So I saw that you were actually, you have a good photo op with The Rock, and you were at the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic. Are there any top people in bodybuilding that you really look up to?
Yeah, so when I got started, one of my biggest inspirations was Artemis. We're good friends now, Artemis Dolgan, and he's just a guy who got me into like certain posing and certain ways of just the body looks amazing with symmetry. Artemis, CT Fletcher is always a staple. He was probably the first guy I did a fitness collaboration with. He's just a very aggressive, dude that he's been through, heart surgeries, heart transplants, and still is, lifting now at his age. So super inspirational to me. So, and The Rock is a massive inspiration for me because, like I said, when I met him, we can transition into that. When I met The Rock, I was actually in Vegas for Mr. Olympia. And like I said, I'm a big believer in being guided when you're vibrating. So we're electrical beings, whether you believe it or not, we're electrical beings, and we're vibrating off a certain frequency. And so when you have your goals in mind, when you have your ambitions in mind, and you're clear and concise in your why and where you're going, I feel like we're vibrating off a certain frequency, and we're more inclined to see the networks, opportunities, people, resources that can get us to the next level. And, you ever have a moment in your life when, you met someone at a perfect time, or a perfect opportunity came at a perfect time, and you don't know why? It's because you were guided. It's because you were guided by a higher energy, whatever it is, you were guided. And so I went to the expo Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I decided to chill, and I went to a famous gym in Vegas called City Athletic Club, and it's famous because the lighting makes you look better than what you look like. So it's really dope. And so I went in there, and everyone was crowded around the gym, and I'm like, what's going on? And my buddy goes, dude, The Rock is upstairs lifting. I'm like, oh my God, that's amazing. And so I go up there, and lo and behold, there's Dwayne, and he's lifting. And to give a little bit of context, he already knew me from my bodybuilding videos. He already tweeted me, which was pretty cool. And so I told my friends, I said, let's not bother him. If The Rock is who he says he is, he'll come up to me. I stick out like a sore thumb. All I do, he's got to just see me. And I was right. His security guard came up to me and was like, dude, Dwayne wants to meet you. And when I met him, I said, dude, I'm going to do what you did. And he said, what do you mean? I said, people knew you for football, and then WWE wrestling, and then you took over the world. You're everywhere. You're in my dreams. Like, you're on billboards. You're everywhere.
My dreams.
Yeah, you're everywhere. And I said, I'm going to do what you did. And he said, Nick, you're right, because people like you and I, they put us in any industry, and we adapt and overcome. And, that's not just, advice for me. That's advice for everyone. Once we exercise the muscle of pivoting and adapting and overcoming, because the majority of the times in personal life and business, we're going to have a plan, and it's not going to go the way we want it to go. And so we need to exercise the muscle of just pivoting and adapting and overcoming. But he's been a massive inspiration for me because he's a pioneer, bro. Every industry, he's The Rock in every industry. And I want to be Nick in every industry, like entertainment, acting, modeling, singing, whatever it may be. I want to do it all. And I don't want to do it all for the significance and, oh, look at me. I want to do it all because if I can get in front of as many people as I can, I can shift the world, and I can, and I jumped into, or I came to a bottleneck in speaking where I realized there's only a small percentage of the world that goes to personal development seminars or listen to podcasts. And so what better way to reach the masses is than with music.